Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. Today we're going to dive into your June 2020. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? So we're going to take a peek. We're going to dive in. And first we're going to start with the overarching themes that you can expect. Okay. And so just as I'm looking across the spread, I see a lot of water cards, which are in traditional tarot connected with cups. Cups are connected with relationships. So again, I feel like you guys have been working through in the past several months just some pretty big relationship themes, and so I think that you can expect that you will continue to be doing this. And I want you to keep in mind that whatever it is that you have going on is in connection with the lessons that you intended yourself to learn, with the ways that you intended to grow. And you know, usually we grow through more challenging experiences, so I imagine that you're having a lot going on in connection with, you know, challenges in association with some form of relationships in your life. And so we're going to take a peek first at these overarching themes. And the first one that we have here is the Three of Water. Okay, so the Three of Water for me is very much about celebrating and having fun. And I just feel like this is kind of what you need in regard to your relationships, to be around those people that light you up, that raise you up, that you can just enjoy yourself with, that you can just have a good time with. I think that's going to be really, really key here in this month, and finding a way to have some time with those people through this month, and accepting invitations for things if you're allowed to do things. You know, we have a lot of restrictions going on still right now, but like accepting invitations as we are allowed to do things, and letting yourself just sort of celebrate life with the people that make you smile and the people that raise you up. So the next card that we have here is the Eight of Water reverse. Okay, so the Eight of Water reverse, this is like a recognizing that like that there has to be so much more to life than this. You know, there is a search for meaning, and specifically with the water cards, again, this is oftentimes connected with relationships. So it's a search for, or a desire for, higher vibrational relationships, more meaningful relationships, more meaningful connections, the time within your connections to be a little bit deeper, a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit less surface level kind of stuff. So there is this desire within, and I feel like this is really driving a lot of the decisions that you're making about relationships in your life right now. You know, does this meet that, or you know, does this continue to be in alignment with what I want in my life and where I want my life to go and how I want my relationships to be? So these are going to be really important questions for you to ask yourself as you are navigating throughout this month. I also have this Ego reverse card, okay? And to me, this is really feeling like you finding a way to navigate your way around that ego. We all have an ego. We all are impacted by our ego. We're human, right? I always say our soul versus our human, right? And our ego is our human. And we are constantly having to navigate that and honor that, because we still are human beings. We're not just a soul, and we have to honor that, but we also have to make sure that we're not allowing that ego to throw us off track, to get the best of us, you know. So being mindful of how you are emotionally responding to things, how you are reacting to those emotions. Are there ways that you are self-sabotaging? Are there patterns that you are repeating that you know don't really serve you? You know, are you maybe making choices that are for the short-term benefit rather than the long-term benefit. And, you know, like what feels good in the moment versus like what really is good for you. So really taking a look at that and deciding what shifts, what changes you need to make to that to help you to be more successful in your life. The next card that we have here is the Wounded Child card. So I do feel like part of this relationship work that you're doing is really helping you to work through some old stuff. So I would ask yourself, what are the themes that are coming up for me in regard to relationships in my life? And how is this connected to my past? How is this connected to my childhood? How is this connected to past experiences that I've had? Because there is a healing process trying to happen if you allow it. And I feel like you will with this showing up upright, okay? So I do feel like there is a healing process that's trying to happen, and I do feel like you're going to allow that. So just asking questions, exploring that, following what you feel like you need to do in order to allow that inner child to heal, and in order to respond differently to the patterns and the ways that you have handled things in the past that you know have not been successful. So making sure that you are doing that. And then we have this Tiger card here as a reminder, because I do feel like there's going to be, as you're going through this process, a bit of a lack of confidence and a struggling with self-esteem and things like that. And this is about accepting your magnificence, accepting that you were created. I always say from, you know, from our higher power, or from God, but whatever you call that, you were created to be magnificent because you were created of God. And so you're here to be magnificent, and so it's important that we embrace that. It's important that we accept it. It's important that we have an understanding of that, and we talk back to that voice that tells us that we're not enough, or that tells us that we're, you know, the negative things about ourselves. So making sure that you are honoring and accepting that magnificence within you. The next cards that we have here are the challenges that you might expect here in this month. So the first thing that we have here is the 10 of Earth reverse. So I do feel like there's like a discomfort with your home life, with your family life, like I don't know, like you just don't feel at ease. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel positive. And this really, to me, ties into that whole searching for something more meaningful, searching for more meaning in your life. And I feel like there's like this energy that's going out there saying, I'm searching for more meaning, for a reason, because you are supposed to be searching for more meaning. You are supposed to be deepening your spiritual connection. You are supposed to be asking these big, major spiritual questions, because it's important. It's important to wake you up. It's important to help you to not be sleepwalking your way through life. And it's important for you to continue to progress. So allowing this process to happen and understanding that this discomfort is fueling and triggering the process for you. The next card that we have here is the Queen of Fire reverse. This is you being disconnected from your confidence, from your fire. Like I said, I expect that you may find yourself dealing with some deeply rooted self-esteem type issues. And this is really about making sure that you're not underestimating yourself. This is about making sure that you understand how powerful you are, how magnificent you are, how strong you really are, and honoring that, listening to that, you know, honoring your independence, honoring your strength, and all of the gifts that you bring here to this world. So reconnecting with that fire and really spreading your wings and flying, you know, really going for it, taking it on, stepping into your power, stepping into your leadership. All of these things are going to be really important here with this Queen of Fire reversed. The next card that we have here is the King of Air reversed. And the King of Air reversed, to me, is about difficulty with doing this by yourself, difficulty with your process of doing this by yourself. So you're going to want to make sure that while you might feel like, okay, like I can handle this all myself, I can process this all myself, it may be helpful to bring somebody that you trust into the equation to talk to. So this might be a counselor, this might be a life coach, this might just be a friendship or a family member that you just trust. This is not going to be somebody who is judgmental of you or who makes you feel bad when you share your thoughts and your feelings, but just somebody that is a safe person for you to explore things out loud. Okay, that's going to be really key here as you are doing some of this work, because I really think that you're working on here with this next card, the victim reverse, you're working on releasing this, you know, victim mentality. And on some level, we all have that, right? Because we can get really frustrated with, why did this happen to me? Why am I going through this? And all of this stuff. But that really doesn't serve us to focus on being the victim. And so I want you to think about all the ways that maybe you are focused on being the victim in your life, because when you can recognize that, you can recognize where you're giving your power away, where you're handing your power to someone else. And as soon as you take that power back, and as soon as you understand that you can empower yourself and that you can empower your life, you take that power back and you connect with that Queen of Fire. So we want to allow that energy to really be released and to become conscious so that we can work on that. The next card that we have here is the Dolphin. And the Dolphin card is about finding joy in the present moment as it is, allowing yourself to have a little bit more fun, allowing yourself to appreciate the little things, allowing yourself to just be very focused on the present rather than the past, rather than on the future, as often as possible, so that you are getting yourself into a mindset, getting yourself into a vibration that will allow for even better things to come into your experience. Now, the next cards that we have here are connected with the gifts that you can expect throughout this month. So the first one that we have here is the Ace of Water reverse. Okay, so this is interesting as a gift, but I feel like there are some either shifts or changes or disconnections or distancing or just maybe even breakups, that kind of stuff, setting boundaries within relationships in your life. And so this might be a romantic relationship, this might be other relationships, but this is a gift because this is about you taking back your power. This is about you really listening to who you are, to what you want, to where you want things to go, and understanding that if a relationship isn't serving you anymore, that it's time for it to be released. If it serves no purpose in your life, if it's not the best possible relationship that you could have, and there's not work being done on that, then you choose to release it, you choose to let that go, or you choose to do the work, you know, if that's possible. So it just kind of depends on what the situation is. But this is really interesting to me because I think we can get so caught up in relationships, especially romantic relationships. And I think, like, if this is a romantic relationship that we're talking about, we have this Knight reverse card, right? This is not your knight in shining armor. This is not the person that you are destined to be with. Like, this is the Knight card reverse represents romantic delusions. Like, where are you delusional about things, or where are you telling yourself, you know, lies about what this is? And this doesn't have to be romantic relationships. Where are you telling yourself untruths about other relationships in your life? Where are you in denial? So what do you need to shift with that? This can also be having an allegiance to somebody that is in a leadership role, or just having an allegiance, a blind allegiance to someone when there is maybe evidence to the contrary, that this person is trustworthy, that this person is a positive person for you to have in your life, or for you to have this level of a connection with. So give some thought and thoughts to that and explore that a little bit. But I do feel like what comes through this month is connected to this Unity card, and that is like a spiritual connection, a spiritual development. This is about like finding your spiritual community. This is about connecting on a deeper level with your spirituality, connecting on a deeper level with your higher power. This is about surrounding yourself with people who get it, who get you, who raise you up, who fill you with light. This is just about being surrounded with all of that beautiful stuff. And then we also have the Hermit card. So this is saying to me that you are really in a period of self-discovery, and you're doing the work. And so much of this work, while we, you know, sometimes need to talk this out with other people, so much of this work is going to happen through spending time in your own energy. So don't avoid that. Don't you know, push that away. Sometimes we can get freaked out when we're just in our own energy because the messages start to come through, and that can be overwhelming. But spending time in your own energy, taking time to meditate, taking time to do the things that make you feel connected to your higher power so that you can really foster this period of self-discovery that you're going through. And last but not least, we have the Turtle card, and this is just saying be joyful and be trusting, you know, allowing that trusting, joyful energy into your life, allowing yourself to trust in your higher power, to trust that it's all going to work out okay, even if it seems like a shit show right now, you know, because I think there's going to be a lot that will kind of feel like a shit show, but this is like it's all part of the process for you to take yourself to that next level with things. So those are your messages for the month of June. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and I would love to hear from you in comments below. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryyourawakening.com. I will see you guys soon with another video. Take care, guys.